Okay, doing carpet repairs and carpet padding replacements can be highly profitable, but in this one, I didn't bid the job so good. There turned out to be a lot of shredded Berber. Now, what happened here is these disaster restoration type companies, when the hot water tank blows, they'll come in, they'll pull out the old carpet, and they'll get the old padding out, and then they'll dry out all the carpet so someone like myself could come in, install new padding, and then reinstall the carpet. Part of the problem is they break the seams, a little bit aggressively, and on Berber carpets, it could pull a lot of strings. So on this one, you see the piece I've folded back. That's actually a new piece I added onto the old carpet. Fortunately, the property owner had some extra material, so I seamed on that filler piece. Now I'm lining it up to the old carpet that I just installed the pad under, and we're going to put a fresh cut on that. But with Berber there, you got to make sure the pattern lines up or it's going to look like crap. So after I seamed on that fill piece, I laid it down and figured out exactly where I needed to cut the row. And I gapped it maybe a ½ inch so I could stretch those two together and seam it up. So on these, we have a light row, dark row. So on my folded back piece, I got the light one, and I got the dark one that I'm cutting on this one. I'm kind of making that up as I go. I don't know which side had the light and which had the dark. But anyway, when you're cutting a Berber carpet, have a pen, a flathead screwdriver, something like that, and get it right in between the fibers and run it down. This is going to give you a nice straight line. Then you could either run a knife if you got a nice steady hand, or you could use that top cutter that I got there laying down under my hands and run that in between the carpet fibers to get a nice clean cut. You'll still need a razor knife to clean things up and get it ready to seam, but once you get that nice clean cut, you could put your seam tape under it, make sure it's evenly spread under each piece of carpet, and seam them back together. Crash! Now, as you can see, this is in a basement here. The hot water tank blew, and the carpet is installed around the furnace. So I'm having one heck of a time on the job. Getting back to how I opened this with how I underbid the job a little bit. I basically charged $360 for this pad replacement. The pad cost me $60, but it took me about 3 hours to do. Now, you might be saying, well, that's $100 an hour. That's not bad. And in reality, it's not that bad. But on these carpet repair gigs, you could usually make way more than $100 an hour.